No bigger compliment when communists call you a far right. So when we are called far right, yes, I am far right because righteousness, conservatism is the value I believe in. So when they call me that I'm very far into what I believe, I'm proud of myself. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy. Learn from Poland. Be like Poland. Nationalists, racists, I don't care.
It's very difficult because we're not allowed to talk about it because, oh my gosh, that breaks taboo. Oh, you're a racist if you say this. I'm sorry.
Testimonies of women going to the police and being turned away because of accusations of racism or feeling that they won't be even listened to begin with because of accusations of racism.
What 私は河合さんのようなレイシスト、これは人として
最悪のレイシストなレイシストちゃんと定義で当てはめてよな。
レイシストの定義は人種差別をする人間です。
問題って言っても何も問題は起きてないんですよ。
近頃左翼思想を掲げる人々の思慮の浅さと横暴ぶりが目に余るようになっています。多様性や寛容を声高に訴えながら、いざ自分と違う考えに出会うとすぐにレッテルを貼る。まるで自分の理想こそが唯一の正義だと信じ込んでいるかのように。しかし本当の正義は一つではありません。人の数だけ立場があり、立場の数だけ正義があるはずです。にもかかわらず彼らはその想像力を失っている。人権を語りながら人の気持ちに寄り添うことができず、目の前で苦しむ人々には目を背け、未来に対する自分の言葉の責任さえ考えようとしないのです。そして何より恐ろしいのは、そうした声の大きな人々の圧力によって普通の人々が日々感じる違和感を口にできなくなっていくことです。例えば移民問題。真剣に社会を思う人であれば、誰かが懸念を口にした時、それは本当に問題なのか一緒に考えようとなるはずです。ところが現実は、最初からそんな問題は存在しないと決めつける。あるいはエビデンスを出せと詰め寄られる。けれども統計に明確な差が出る頃にはもう手遅れになっていることが多い。加えてデータというのは恣意的に加工できるものであるため、あらゆる角度から慎重に検証する必要があり、答えを導き出すためには時間もかかるのです。さらに言えば隠蔽したり捏造することも容易です。だからこそ日々を生きる人々の率直な声こそ社会を健全に保つためにも大事なのです。にもかかわらず、それでも何かを訴えようとすれば、お前はおかしいと断罪され、人々は次第に口を閉ざしていくのです。今、ヨーロッパで移民問題が深刻化している背景にも、こうした思想の圧力が少なからず影響していると考えられます。問題の存在を認めない空気、異論を封じる同調圧力、それが議論をタブー視し、社会の健全な継承を奪っていったのです。
Because I've been living in London for 10 years. I've also lived in multiple other countries around the world. Never before have I felt as unsafe as I do now. When I walk down the street, I'm increasingly being leered at. I'm increasingly being followed like I'm going around the souks of Morocco. And it's not visibly to me anyway, people who were born and bred here. It isn't. And it's very difficult because we're not allowed to talk about it because, oh my gosh, that breaks taboo. Oh, you're a racist if you say this. I'm sorry. A lot of women going about their daily business feel that their safety is being directly threatened by people who are coming from different cultures. And this needs to be discussed because I've had enough. All my other female friends have had enough. When I've put this stuff online, the number of comments online from other women saying they've had enough and saying thank you for talking about this. When are we going to have the conversation that women's safety is being mortgaged at the altar of mass immigration and this faux political correctness?
I mean, we've had case after case after case of women being sexually harassed, of being abused, of being raped, of being murdered. And time again, it is because of mass immigration. It's the inevitable consequence of importing millions of men from countries with high rates of female genital mutilation, forced marriages, child marriages. These are countries which fundamentally do not respect women. And when you allow men coming over to the UK from these countries without any vetting on their values, this is the inevitable consequences. And we've seen stories and headlines almost every single week every single week, I dare say, of women being sexually assaulted and raped, and who often than not, the perpetrator, is not a British person.
Now, of course, it's important to point out that not everybody who comes to this country is a sex offender. Nobody is saying that. But what we can say with confidence from the data we're able to get our hands on is that there seems to be more of a propensity per capita for foreign nationals to commit sex crimes. Let's get a graphic on screen now. That was done for us by the Centre for Migration Control. Rob Bates did this. Let's get that on our screen. And it shows there are 78 nationalities in Britain where per head they are more likely to commit sex crimes than the indigenous population. You can see right at the bottom there, tiny bar, the white bar is the United Kingdom. And the facts are the facts. The facts aren't racist, Jess. What does that tell you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it says a lot as well that the government hasn't readily provided these statistics. It's taken Rob Bates from the Centre for Migration Control working super hard to get these statistics. The government, the authorities have tried to cover this up for so long. Look at the grooming gangs, for example. Look at, all these case studies where, I've had women from the Women's Safety Initiative. I've had so many testimonies of women going to the police and being turned away because of accusations of racism, or feeling that they won't be even listened to begin with because of accusations of racism. So dare I say, I imagine the number is actually quite a bit higher because of this worry. I mean, we recently did a poll that said that almost half of women in this country believe that their area is becoming more unsafe because of mass immigration.
けれど、忘れてはいけません。どんなレッテルも、所詮はその人の主観に過ぎません。真実は声の大きさではなく、現実の中にこそあるのです。日本保守党の北村春夫議員もこうおっしゃっています。
差別とか排外主義っていう批判、これについて私実は選挙でも訴えたんですけど、これを言う人たち、例えば我々の言論に対して差別だ、排外主義だという人たちについてですよ。それについては私はこう考えてますと、常に左翼の人たちっていうのはそういうレッテル貼りしかできませんと、それしかできないのでそれをやってますと、実は中身の具体的な議論をすると、説得力があまりにもなさすぎて、国民の皆さんがこっちの言うことが正しいだろう、我々の言うことが正しいだろうってことになっちゃうので、絶対に中身の議論に入ろうとしませんと、だからそのことをよく理解してくださいと、っていうふうに言い続けてますと、これはこれからも言いたいと思ってます。で、仮にこれ訴訟が起こって、我々の言論が排外主義で違法行為だという訴訟が起こっても必ず勝ちますと、必ず勝ちますと。っていうのは日本国憲法で保障され、差別は禁止されている、それはその通りだが、これは合理的な理由のある区別は憲法違反ではありませんと、これは裁判官も全員知ってますから、絶対に負けることはありませんと、合理的な中身であればということを申し上げておきたいというふうに思います。
このように違和感を感じたら、私たちは声を上げていいのです。いや、上げるべきと言ってもいいでしょう。ただし懸念が一つあります。将来的には SNS を含め、言論の自由がどうなるかもわからないということです。今ヨーロッパでは言論弾圧の流れが加速しています。理由の一つとして、政府や司法、そして大手メディアまでも左派に牛耳られているという背景があります。子供たちを守れという看板を持ち、ユニオンジャックの帽子をかぶっていただけで逮捕される男性。学校でイスラム教について詳しく教えられ、英国の歴史や文化をもっと学びたいと意見したところ、レイシストのレッテルを貼られ、停学になった少年。国旗を身にまとっただけで、警察に咎められる11歳の男の子。SNS に体制を非難する書き込みをして、当局に逮捕されるケースも相次いでいます。そしてその流れは、イギリスにとどまらず、フランス、ドイツなど、多くのヨーロッパ諸国も同様です。そんな混乱状況にあるヨーロッパにおいて、独自の道を貫き、自国の治安と文化を守り抜いている国があります。その一つがポーランド。侵略され、何度も国を失うという経験を持つ彼らだからこそ、徹底して自国を守るということにこだわる国。その象徴的な存在として、ポーランドの代表として欧州議会で孤軍奮闘する、ドミニク・タルシンスキという人物がいます。 以前にも彼のことをこちらのチャンネルで紹介させていただきましたが、ぜひ改めて彼の言葉をお聞きください。
Thank you, Mr. President. Dear leftists, I'm very happy to take part in this debate about democracy in Europe. Let me give you some data about Poland and Polish democracy. The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all, and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there is zero terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn from Poland. Be like Poland. Thank you very much.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one, will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked not about illegal immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland, and we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
It seems to me that Poland is one of the few countries in Europe that is doing things right at the moment. You guys used to be the brunt of an awful lot of jokes.
Well,
and yet you're doing
Polish
something
jokes,
right.
not anymore.
Nobody's laughing anymore.
Not anymore, because Poland is the only country with no terrorist attack. Like zero illegal migration equals zero terrorist attacks.
What about Hungary?
Hungary, they are doing good.
Close,
yes,
right?
they are doing very good. But when you compare all the data, like unemployment, because everyone is asking why you say Poland is so special. So official data from Eurostat, the lowest unemployment in European Union, Poland. Numbers of terrorist attacks, zero. Highest GDP after COVID, Poland. So when you look at the data and what is happening, you can tell we are leader now in Europe. So Hungary is doing good. Our government, unfortunately, for sometimes is liberal, but because of our conservative government for 8 years, past 8 years, we set a very strict regulations on migration. That was the most important thing for our government. And this is beautiful zero. I'm going to repeat it because nobody believes that Poland took zero illegal migrants. Like when they tried to cross Belarusian-Polish border, they managed to kill one of our soldiers with the spear, illegals. They managed to kill him. Straight after that, our parliament passed a law that we can use live bullets, and you will be killed if you will try to cross illegally border and harm one of our servicemen. You will be dead, shot dead. So if someone is asking me why I think Poland is so special, it's not about thinking, it's not my opinion, it's about data. If you do not want illegal migration, you have to be very radical. So when they call me far right, I love it. Yes, I am far radical right, thank God.
Yeah. Well, we've played a couple of videos of speeches that you've given where they're referring to you as far right.
I love
Usually
it.
I come back and it made sense to me.
There is no bigger compliment when communists call you a far right. That was my grandfather history. That was my father history. That is my history. And my future children will be far right. I hope. That's their choice, obviously. But I do hope.
Boy, times are changing.
You never know. But yeah, I think we should stop feel ashamed when we are called far right. How far is your love to your family? It's far.
Endless. It's far.
It's endless. So when we are called far right, yes, I am far right because righteousness, conservatism is the value I believe in. So when they call me that I'm very far into what I believe, I'm proud of myself.
So how is it, you mentioned 8 years of conservative governance,
Right.
but how is it that Poland did not fall into the trap that so much of Europe fell into over the last 2 decades?
Ha! That's because of our personal experience as a country. Poland is between Russia and Germany. Because of our position on the map, throughout the ages, we suffered a lot. Partitions, 17th, 18th century. Poland was not on the map for 123 years because of Russia and Germany, because of partitions. Then we had World War II. Germany attacked Poland on 1st of September. 16 days later, Russia attacked from the east. So Poland was attacked again when the World War II started. After World War II, Poland was under Soviet occupation. So we suffered 70 years of communism, which means that we know what it means to lose your sovereignty and freedom.
Yeah.
We know, and we feel much better than others. When you spend 123 years without being on the map as a nation and you survive, not only that, you're building yourself, then you suffer communism for 70 years. You cherish and love your freedom. You know what the freedom is. It's not just a word. It's something much deeper in you, in your family, in your personal experience. So why? Because of this experience, we knew what it means to let aliens in. We had aliens in the past. Different form, different shape, different reason. But we know when aliens took over. We do not want anyone to take over our country. They will not take it by the tanks. They will not take it by machine guns. They will not take it by ideology. We would never let leftism take over our country. What they did to America was a rape on your society, on your brains. We're
getting out of it now, fortunately.
Now, yes, thank God. And I'm serious. Thanks to God Almighty, Trump won. I do believe that. The fact that he survived the assassination was absolutely miracle to me as a believer, as a Christian. So, but what you went through was absolutely horrible, and you will pay consequences, unfortunately, for some time, because you cannot get rid of this ideology and what they have done to the generation of youth, especially teenagers. It will harm you for some time. It will not happen in Poland because we never let any leftists to take over because we cherish our family values, which means family and the country.
So when you say that the liberals are in power now, are you concerned that they could usher in some of
Yes,
this?
but yes, obviously. But when you build a wall, physical wall, to destroy this wall, it's going to take some time. They are not able to do it. We have presidential election this year in May. I do believe we're going to win this one. We actually won the last elections as well, but they were able to create the coalition. Yeah. So we are having the election in Poland now. Presidential, we're going to win. We're going to go back to normal day in the office like every day for the past 8 years. It is very important that Mr. Trump won. He gave us a fresh breath. And, again, far right conservatives are full of hope. We have people from around Europe in here, and everyone is like, thank God this man won.
Yeah.
He showed us the way. He's an inspiration, and he showed us that we can win. Even when you have CNN against you, all the mainstream media against you, Soros against you, and most powerful people in the world against you, you can win. Soros is very much present in Europe. He is trying to, manipulate us. We are not stupid. We can see things and we are ready to fight. This is not a joke. We're not gonna, you're not gonna let anyone take Poland or Christian Europe, because this is Christian continent. And, all these games with society will not take part, it will not happen in Poland.
So when you talk to your Western European counterparts who have allowed so much of this immigration disaster, and now they're dealing with crime and just the cultural rot and all of the stuff that so many people are talking about in this very city right now, what do they say? Do they say, boy, we really dropped the ball on this? What can we learn from you? Or are their heads still in the sand?
I'll give you an example of state of mind people in Europe. We are having a lunch now, like 20 minutes ago. It's 8 of us and some journalists, conservative. Even them. We're having this conversation about what happened in Brussels yesterday. Yesterday, there was a terror attack, shootings with AK-47, 3 days in a row. Like every day you have a shooting. So we are having this conversation, and suddenly one of the journalists saying, that was migrants. I said, why are you whispering? And I was like, migrants use AK-47 to attack. You see how the mindset is changed, how people are afraid to name and call the facts. I don't care. So when you ask me how do they react, they are still, I think, in a state of mind when they are afraid to say as it is. And the fact and the numbers from Eurostat, from Interior Ministry in Poland or in other country, we know that many crimes are committed by illegal migrants. That is a fact. And they are calling me racists because I said as it is. Most of them coming from Muslim countries. That is a data. It's a fact. They called me Islamophobe. I don't have a phobia. I'm not afraid of them.
Right. A phobia is also an irrational.
So to understand the problem, you have to call it out. If it's only in your brain and you're thinking it and you're not taking action, you will not succeed. So what I think is we should call as it is, show the data, compare it with Poland, and say why Poland zero terrorist attack.
いかがだったでしょうか。今、この国を愛し、この国の治安と文化を守りたいと思っている私たちに必要なのは、安易なレッテル張りに屈せず、声を上げること、共感できる仲間を増やすことではないでしょうか。もちろん、制度は憎んでも、人を憎んではいけません。どの民族、どんな宗教であれ、日本におられる外国人、あるいはこれからいらっしゃる外国人に敵意を向けるのではなく、憎むべきは不完全な制度。そしてその制度を作り出している政治家を一掃すること。そういう意味では、本当に日本の未来を考えている政党、そして政治家を選ぶ私たちの目が問われています。日本を守るのは私たち自身なのです。立ち上がれ、日本人。ご視聴ありがとうございました。